In today's market, getting visitors to your conference or meeting page is only half the battle. You need visitors to convert. You want them to register for that meeting, and when they do, you want to know how they got to that page so you know which marketing campaigns are working. In the past, tracking conversions was a painstaking process involving lots of manual work. Or worse, you got conversions, but you didn't know if people ultimately came because of the brochure you mailed, the email from the conference chair, or an update on Facebook. Well, here's great news. MatrixMaxx now lets you track conversion sources through an integration with Google Analytics. It's easy. It's built into MatrixMaxx, and you can get started today. Let's take a look at how you can track registration sources for one of your meetings in MatrixMaxx. You start the tracking process by using Google UTM codes. UTM stands for Urchin Tracking Module. Why Urchin? Urchin is the name of the company that created what is now Google Analytics. But we digress. UTMs send useful data to Google that lets you track where your traffic and conversions are coming from. First, get the URL of the meeting you want to promote. Then you take this URL and plug it into the Google URL Builder. Search for Google URL Builder to find this page. Let's look at this page. First, you enter your URL. Then you add tracking data that makes sense to your organization. Use source to track where the URL is being sent from. For example, you might enter Newsletter July 2016, or Facebook, or Convention 2016 Brochure. Medium lets you track the general way you're reaching your audience. We like email, print, social media, and website. For campaign, you should put in the name of the meeting. For example, microsite meeting. This campaign name must match the campaign name that you entered when you created your meeting. Term and content are generally used when you have a Google AdWords campaign going. Once your parameter data is complete, press Generate URL, and Google will give you a long URL that will send all this useful data back to Google. You can now use this URL when promoting your meeting in an email newsletter, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Just remember to generate a different URL for each source so that your tracking is accurate and useful. Here's what happens when someone clicks on the meeting URL in your email newsletter. Google Analytics will track the traffic to that page. In addition, if the URL is a MatrixMaxx generated page, a special cookie will be saved in your browser. When and if a person registers for your meeting, the MatrixMaxx registration page will look for the cookie that matches the meeting name or campaign name. Here's where the magic happens. The data you entered in the source field will be pulled from the cookie, which will be transferred into the marketing code field of the MatrixMaxx registration. With this data now in MatrixMaxx, you can run reports that highlight the various sources that are driving conversions for your meeting. Having this data automatically tracked in your AMS, you won't have to keep separate spreadsheets to keep track of what's working and what's not. Imagine knowing which of your marketing initiatives actually resulted in meeting registrations. To learn more, visit your MatrixMaxx Support Center or contact your MatrixMaxx project manager. We can also provide your team with training on how to get the most out of this analytics integration and what to do with the data you will now be collecting. Contact us today.